A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. In a significant and controversial announcement, Israeli far-right Finance Minister Bezalel Smotrich has declared the revival of a long-stalled settlement project that would effectively divide the West Bank and sever its connection to East Jerusalem. This move, as stated by Smotrich's office, is aimed at burying the idea of a Palestinian state, a sentiment that has ignited widespread condemnation from Palestinian authorities, international allies, and various campaign groups. The planned settlement, located in Ma'ale Adumim, is set to include the construction of 3,401 houses for Israeli settlers, a development that critics argue would fragment Palestinian territory and jeopardize any remaining hopes for peace in the region. During a press event at the settlement site, Smotrich, who identifies as a settler, asserted that both Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and former U.S. President Donald Trump had agreed to the revival of the E1 development, although no immediate confirmation from either leader has been provided. He further emphasized that any attempts to recognize a Palestinian state would be met with tangible actions on the ground, declaring, "Not with documents nor with decisions or statements, but with facts. Facts of houses, facts of neighborhoods." The U.S. State Department responded to Smotrich's remarks by reiterating the importance of a stable West Bank for Israel's security and aligning with the administration's goal of achieving peace in the region. However, the spokesperson also pointed out that the focus remains primarily on ending the ongoing conflict in Gaza. The United Nations has urged Israel to reconsider its decision to move forward with the settlement construction, warning that it would undermine the prospects for a two-state solution. UN spokesperson Stefan Dujarric highlighted that such settlements are contrary to international law and further entrench the occupation. The proposed settlement project had been frozen since 2012, with previous attempts to revive it thwarted by objections from the US, European allies, and other global powers who viewed it as a threat to future peace negotiations with the Palestinians. The current escalation in settlement activity comes amid heightened tensions following the 2023 Hamas attack on Israel, which has resulted in a devastating war in Gaza, leading to substantial casualties and displacement. Palestinian officials expressed deep concern that the expansion of settlements will permanently obstruct their aspirations for an independent state. Nabil Abu Radana, spokesperson for Palestinian Authority President Mahmoud Abbas, urged the United States to exert pressure on Israel to halt settlement construction, emphasizing that any territorial changes must be part of a political agreement. The European Union has echoed this sentiment, with spokesperson Anita Hipper asserting that the annexation of territory is illegal under international law. Peace Now, an organization that monitors settlement activity, warned that the E1 plan poses a severe threat to the future of Israel and the possibility of achieving a peaceful two-state solution. They described the situation as standing at the edge of an abyss, with the government driving the nation forward at full speed. The ongoing settlement expansion has been a contentious issue for decades, with approximately 700,000 Israeli settlers currently living among 2.7 million Palestinians in the West Bank and East Jerusalem. The international community, including the UN, has consistently stated that the expansion of settlements undermines the viability of a two-state solution, which envisions a Palestinian state alongside Israel. Despite this, Israel maintains that the West Bank is disputed territory rather than occupied and cites historical and biblical ties to the area as justification for the settlements. The approval of the E1 settlement plan is expected to provoke significant backlash from the international community, particularly as countries like Britain, Canada, Australia, and New Zealand have already imposed sanctions on Smotrich and other far-right ministers for inciting violence against Palestinians. As the humanitarian crisis in Gaza continues to escalate, with reports of severe casualties and limited access to essential resources, the urgency for a resolution to the Israeli-Palestinian conflict has never been more pressing. The international community watches closely as the situation develops, with many fearing that the actions taken by the Israeli government could lead to further instability and violence in the region. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.